Can a British chef make pasta as good as an Italian chef? Let's watch this video because I am very intrigued.
I'm Phil Howard, and this is the Great British Chef's Signature Series.
I've never heard about Chef Phil Howard. I like how confident and proud he is, Chef Phil Howard. I have a good feeling.
Every now and then you put something in your mouth and you just think, fuck me, that's delicious. You know, it's
I love that. I pretty much say that every day.
just think, fuck me, that's delicious. You know, it stops you in your tracks. I came to see that, generally speaking, they were never complicated things. And certainly the move to Ellison Street has really enabled me to kind of loosen up and lighten up and just cook exactly what I want without having to give any consideration really to the visual side of the food.
I just like how he speaks. I love what he said. It's so beautiful, so powerful, so simple. And when you understand simplicity, when you appreciate simplicity, you enjoy life. And I'm pretty sure he's pretty happy. And I'm pretty sure this chef is very happy.
As a chef, I've come to acknowledge that the things that I just enjoy most are simple things done really well. And pasta's capacity to deliver pleasure is pretty much unrivaled.
Beautiful, beautiful words, my friend. You should spend more time with Gordon Ramsay and Jamie Oliver and maybe teach them to appreciate simplicity. So today he's gonna make spaghetti with anchovies, capers, garlic, chili, parsley and olive oil. Bellissimo. Beautiful, beautiful Mediterranean ingredients.
My name is Phil Howard and I'm cooking today a really great pasta dish. Super simple, very accessible. Spaghetti with anchovies, capers, garlic, chili, parsley and olive oil.
I like that he said very accessible because in fact they are cheap ingredients that you have at home, and it's showing you that you don't need expensive ingredients or too much, to cook a beautiful simple dish. Guys, when you cook, don't panic. Don't put too much stress in you. Everything is easy and accessible.
Chili, parsley and olive oil. This dish is all about the dressing. That's just full of big bold flavors, but they've got to knit together in a balanced way. We're going to sweat red onion in olive oil. So we're just going to slice the onions. Everything else is going to be small, but it's nice to have the onions sliced so that it kind of gets tangled a bit with the pasta when it's cooked. Garlic, we want to microplane or smash it and chop it. Doesn't really matter what, but what you don't want is big bits of garlic. Releasing aroma and flavor comes down to creating surface area for that flavor to kind of come from. And so, a microplane just does a great job, and it's quick.
I'm just amazed. I just want to cry because of what Chef Phil Howard said. It's so beautiful. He's talking this way. First, I like that he's using the red onions. They're very traditional from the south of Italy, Calabria, and they will give a nice pungent, nice kick to this pasta. Great. The fact that he's grating the garlic, it's just beautiful. I can imagine those beautiful flavors on his fingers in the kitchen. I think, like he said, you don't want to have chunks of garlic. It doesn't enjoy your dish. Even when you make spaghetti aglio olio, do not make chunks of garlic. Crush it, which is my favorite way, or do this, like grate it. It's such a beautiful experience. Releases all these beautiful flavors. So thank you, Phil Howard, for making me cry of joy. My eyes are like so happy right now to watch you in action. Keep going, please.
Simple. We then got some anchovies. They don't need to be, super quality premium anchovies, but they want to be decent quality anchovies so that they've got a pleasant flavor because there's going to be a lot of it. And then chilies, just bog standard chili, sliced. It doesn't want to be mind-blowingly hot, but these chilies just aren't ever mind-blowingly hot.
It's very personal to put chili. Some people don't want it, which is okay. You can have a mild version, which is good because it adds value to the dish. But if you love spicy dishes, and then go crazy, please, because it's part of it.
This is a vinaigrette that packs a punch, and it needs to have some heat. Olive oil in a pan, let it get warm, and then we're going to add the onions. As always, we want to get some salt in there. What we want to do is get the flavor out of those onions and into the dressing, not trapped in the onions. So the salt goes in, the garlic.
With the onion, maybe I would have chopped them up a little bit smaller, but the salt in the onion, I really don't get it, guys. You got the olive oil, you got these onions cooking in there, soon the garlic. There's no need for salt, okay? Plus, don't forget, the anchovies, like you say in England, they're very salty. You're gonna put salt in the pasta water. You might add some salt later. Please don't go crazy with the salt. Sorry, chef, you're doing a fantastic job. Just don't put too much salt. You don't need that much salt in life.
can go in at the beginning. So we're just going to cook that for 3 or 4 minutes until it's nicely softened. So a few minutes down.
It's cooking at high temperatures, okay, that's why it takes so quick. Otherwise, I would say a 7 to 10 minutes, very low flame, it will probably be best.
Down the line, we're then going to add the chilies. The chilies just want to get briefly cooked, just so they can let the flavour flow. They almost just need to get hot for a minute or two, just so they can work their magic. We then need to take it off the heat and pretty much immediately just add the anchovies, because
So it just looks very, very nice and very cozy. It makes me feel like, oh yeah, that's what I want tonight. Very easy. It looks very nice. It looks colourful. It's a 10-minute dish. It's beautiful.
Pretty much immediately just add the anchovies, because they really want to almost just melt into that. It just releases those flavours, softens it, so they will just break down. And then we're going to add.
You will notice that the anchovies, they will kind of disappear when you cook them, right? They disappear, so you won't notice them as much, but they release this incredible flavor. See, I don't enjoy anchovies on their own, but when you mix it with this kind of flavors, when you cook it, and when they actually disappear, they release a flavor that nothing else can release. It's such a bomb, you know, it's so powerful, the flavor from the anchovies.
Break down. And then we're going to add capers. Stir those in.
Those capers you use, they look very, very small. In Italy, you can find very big capers from the south, you know, from Puglia, from Molise, and they are just nice and big, beautiful. The average capers are kind of medium size, and the one he chose are smaller. Maybe that's what he was able to find. But just make sure that you wash them very well before you add them in, especially if they are in vinegar.
We're then going to add the zest of an orange. It's a huge orange, so I might not quite add all of it.
Wow. That deserves a round of applause. That's their Mediterranean ingredient, orange from Sicily. That's a very nice citrus flavor to add in it. And I like that he's got a very hot pan. He's adding the ingredients right now. It's kind of, you know, they're making love all together. They don't really need to be cooked. Maybe you will cook them a little bit, but they don't have to actually. They're actually beautiful and ready to go. Like the pasta can just go in now and make love with all the ingredients. The orange, it's amazing. Gordon Ramsay should be watching this guy. You should go and learn from this guy. He's really, really good. I like the vibe I'm getting from this kitchen. I like the love and passion he's adding into this dish.
It's a huge orange, so I might not quite add all of it. I would say I grate zest either over the top of the finished dish or into it towards the end. Probably on 25% of all the dishes that I cook. It just adds another layer of flavour to it.
It's so special what he's saying, it's so important. I mean, I love lemon pasta, it's one of my favorite pastas, and I like to put lemon everywhere. I'm actually in Italy right now where I'm filming this, and I'm using lemon pretty much every day. It's just that ingredient that you can't live without, and it's so good for you.
And then just going to take the juice of half an orange. The flavours will impart very quickly into something that's water-based. They just leach their flavours out, particularly when they're hot. Oil's far harder to get flavour into an oil. You try and make a garlic, you try and make any oil, it's much harder. They will never take the flavour there. And so it's important in this.
It is so beautiful to listen to this guy. So beautiful to listen to the chef talking. I like the beautiful orange, fresh squeezed orange going in it. It's gonna add a beautiful, delicate flavor. I can feel that orange on my lips right now.
To get flavour into an oil, you try and make a garlic, you try and make any oil, it's much harder. They will never take the flavour there. And so it's important in this to have a little bit of an aqueous component, a water-based component, for all those flavours to leach into, and it then carries it through the pasta. And then this is just a bit of Chardonnay vinegar, which is a white wine vinegar. And then the last thing we're going to add.
I'm sorry, chef, I need to understand this vinegar situation. You just added beautiful ingredients, everything is nice, and now you added this beautiful citrus, you know, the orange. Now they all make love together, and you're going to add vinegar? I've seen Gordon Ramsay and adding, or even Jamie Oliver adding Worcestershire sauce or adding vinegar into the bolognese. I think it's going to ruin everything. Why is this English culture of adding vinegar into pastas? Please explain that to me, guys. I need to understand, because I find it difficult to understand. For me, I feel like it's kind of ruining everything it's done so beautifully. Now this vinegar, why is it adding flavors? I think it's destroying the flavors. Anyway, let's keep going, because I really like what he's doing.
Just a good big pinch of parsley. Right, generous amount of parsley. Stir that in. You need a generous amount of olive oil for the cooking process, but then you want to add at the end another generous amount of olive oil to finish.
God is very generous with the extra virgin olive oil, which I love. Extra virgin olive oil is life. It's basically juice that comes out from olives. It's so good. It's the best oil you can get on the planet. Of course, you have to get a good one, but this is beautiful. The pasta will absorb the oil, so you need a lot.
So that olive oil is raw. And then what actually just needs to happen, it just needs to sit and hang out for an hour just to let the flavors do their thing. It's an amazing dressing because it is hot and fruity and sour and deeply savory because of the anchovies. And with a tangle of spaghetti, that's magic.
Wow, he made a dressing an hour before cooking the pasta. I like that. I like that. I like that. It's very interesting. Well, it's a 10 minutes pasta, so you can make it on the spot and serve. But you really want those flavors to make love together. Beautiful. I'm just not sure about this vinegar.
So we've got the dressing. I've got a lovely portion of fresh spaghetti there. And then the final piece of the jigsaw is actually pasta water, which is a really important part of liaising, of linking the pasta and the sauce together. So what we do at Otto is we freeze it in these biodegradable bags that acts as the cool pack. So it's kind of a double whammy.
That's incredible. These guys are really next level. Wow, they freeze pasta water so they can use it whenever they have to. This is beautiful. This is great. In a restaurant, of course, you always have water there, but this means that it's got a very good pasta water that I'm assuming they took after the pasta was cooked, so it's full of starch and everything, all the benefits that you need. This is magical.
What we're going to do here is put the pasta water into a pan. This obviously is frozen because it would have been a cool pack. We melt that. In any vinaigrette, any dressing, it's really important to acknowledge that there's an oily component, there's a bitty component, there's a juicy component, that orange juice that's in there. Give it a good stir before you take it out so that you've got a mix of everything. It's so important. And at this stage, we're not trying to boil it to death or reduce it or change it. We're just trying to let the two things just be there together, ready for when the pasta comes out. So
I'm watching a mind-blowing show. This is like 10 times better than MasterChef. This is beautiful. What this guy just did, it's beautiful. I want to go and eat at his restaurant. This is beautiful, honestly, beautiful.
We want to make sure that everything is ready before we drop the pasta. Once the pasta is committed, the clock is ticking.
That's all right, it's all right. The sauce should be ready because once the pasta is ready, in this case it's got fresh pasta, it's gonna be ready in 3-4 minutes. Once the pasta is ready, the pasta needs to go in the sauce. The pasta is not there waiting for the sauce to be done. The pasta needs to go straight in. If you let the pasta sit there, it will die. It will kill it. It's like having a fish out of the water. The pasta needs the sauce to swim.
Pasta in. With this spaghetti and any pasta, 80% of the cooking happens in the water, but the rest happens in the sauce. The two things integrate and become one. So
bellissimo the way he speaks and the way he explains. Guys, there's nothing more clear than this. He explains it very well. It's clear, right?
We're going to lift that into the sauce, and then you stir it around. It's effectively going to absorb that pasta water and leave behind it the dressing. And this ends up being this wonderful, slippery mass of incredibly flavorful spaghetti. That is it.
Incredible, beautiful.
That smells absolutely magic.
Magic, 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 magic. Look at that. The beautiful, great amount of extra virgin olive oil, these beautiful ingredients that make love together. I'm assuming that vinegar evaporated and left when you cook it, put all the ingredients back in the stove. So I'm assuming that vinegar flavor is not there. All those beautiful ingredients that you picked are beautiful. Look even the way the onion is cooked, beautiful. Like it's really, really nice. It's kind of, he cut the onions similar size as the spaghetti. So every time he gets a forchettata, the onion is there, beautiful.
So there it is, spaghetti with anchovies, garlic, chilies, parsley, capers and olive oil.
Bravissimo. Bravissimo, Chef Phil Howard. I need to come and meet you in person and have a dining experience at your restaurant. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Guys, what do you think of this? Guys, anyone can make pasta. All you need is passion, love, and respect for the ingredients, okay? What you did today was beautiful. This is a 10 out of 10 dish. This is simplicity at its best. This is something you got in your kitchen, something you got in your fridge, in your pantry. You have these ingredients. You can do this now. Try it and let me know, okay? Please. But you don't understand how excited I am. My eyes are crying of joy. Can you see? Can you see I'm crying of joy? I'm happy to see this. This is what I want to see online. Proud chef who shared beautiful recipes with you. Thank you so much for watching this reaction video. I will see you on the next Vincenzo's Plate reaction video. E ora si mangia Vincenzo's Plate.